y'all. Oh, Witchy Woman. I like that name. Thank you for my heart before I even get started. Okay, so y'all know I'm doing the periscopes and stuff tonight on Honey Please Buzz. That's awesome. I'm doing one. Hey, I'm doing one on Honey Please Buzz and one Hey Love, Hey Love. See how it's like I got freaking Tourette's or something when y'all coming in. Hey y'all. I'm just popping in because the Sisterhood with the Chakra series on Honey Please Buzz has prompted me, hey honey, has prompted me to redo, not even redo, but do in earnest some chakra work for myself. So what I decided is I'm going to start from the bottom up, just so y'all know. And I'm not going to promise that I'm going to scope all of them. Thank you for inviting followers. I'm not going to promise I'm going to scope all of them. But I'm starting with the root chakra this week. So this is day 2 of me working with the, this is day 2 of me working with the root chakra for myself. So the best way for us to, continue to teach others is to be students first and always. But I did want to share this with y'all because while I do believe in, doing your self-healing and healing in the shadow, basically doing the work without feeling like you need to brag it up and, oh, look what I'm doing. I'm doing chakra work. It's not that. But I just wanted to share this because, first when I started on the root chakra work, I was like, oh, this is going to be simple, because I don't have no problems. Not no problems. Everybody got some issue somewhere, but I thought this one was going to be something easy. So with this being day 2, and thank y'all so much for the hearts and support and stuff. But with this being day 2, I have already run up on something. So let me show y'all. I can't show you. Oh, yes, I can. I want to show y'all the one thing that I'm working with. I bought these cards a while back. So thank y'all for sharing and stuff. I bought these cards a while back. Let me show you what they look like. Well, one of the root chakra ones, fell out kind of on top. Uh-oh, don't get in trouble at work. So this is what the back, hello. This is what the back of them looks like. And let me show y'all a couple. You have those? You like them? Ooh, this is my favorite one too, of course, because y'all know I love sunflowers. But these are kind of what they look like, just so y'all can kind of see them and stuff. That's just some that I picked out of the stack. So I'm working with that, and I don't know if y'all know this, but it's a book that goes along with it, right? I like the book a lot. I actually have it on my Kindle. I like the book a lot because it kind of teaches you the lessons and stories. So, let me see if it's up. Y'all, well, it looks like the front of the box. So anyway, so I started mine on Sunday instead of Monday like it's suggested because I work Saturdays. So Sunday made more sense for me to start them. So anyway, getting to the point. I'm using this book that I suggested to y'all in the class series or whatever, if you want to call it a class. I'm using this book. So I decided to work with the archetypes. Yeah. Am I on the right page? I decided to work with the archetypes, which is this page. So I'm all like, and I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm so close to my mama. Yeah. Well, see, I've worked with archetypes before, but I didn't recognize that that's what I was doing. So, y'all, I don't know if I've said how many times and how many ways I love my mama. I'm a mama's girl through and through. But what I've noticed, that has caused issues. So I don't have like mama issues like people talk about, but my issue with my mom is it's hard for me to see her as human almost. So when I explore issues that may have come from her and her treatment of me or interaction with me, it's very difficult. It's almost like the same concept, interestingly enough, that I had in church with, I never had this issue in church, but the issue that you're supposed to have in church, I guess, with challenging God or with questioning God. So one of the things that I wrote down so far, and this is my little journal, is that one of my issues might be fears. So I'm going to look at that as I continue to explore the chakra. Now, I'm doing each chakra for at least a week. If I find that I need to stay there longer, then I'm going to stay there longer. But I felt like a week should be enough time for me to kind of at least be honest with myself. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. And I'm going to look at a lack of trust. So one of the questions that came up in the archetype part, and I'm open to doing it for months if I need to, but I just didn't want to be in here, like teaching a class with y'all. I was still being a student, and it made a lot of stuff come up for me. And so I was like, okay, I just need to do this. I need to go ahead and dig in and do it. So a lack of trust and not believing that my needs will be met. Do I? Really? Because I ate like a pig yesterday, so that's interesting. If I can get all this down here to get down, that'd be awesome. But like I always knew that my mom would meet my needs. Like I knew that. But it's like today, for instance, and I'm gonna be totally transparent, and I'm like so shamefaced right now. Part of me is shamefaced. The other part of me is like, don't be ashamed. It's a step on the journey. So with the reading I got with Ifalola Shango Yami, I got the intuitive reading with her, and one of the things that came up in the reading was that, because I don't know if I'm friends with all of y'all on Facebook. I see most of the people on here, I am, but I push other people's businesses a lot. And when I buy products, I try to be really good about doing reviews, especially if I love the product. If the product needs some work or some things I didn't like, I make sure to kind of inbox the person and let them know, these are some things that I had questions with or whatever. And so, right. And let me tell y'all, Charlita gets the Supportive Sister of the Year award because, swear, she supports the hell out of my stuff. So part of my reading that came up was that I needed to ask people that I've done services for to give me reviews. And in my head, I thought, well, they should just do reviews, because I do reviews or whatever. And in my head, it made perfect sense. But in reality, people just don't think to do it, or they have their own issues. And I pray that Tasha is okay with this, because she at work right now. I don't think she'll be upset. So I had done a reading for Tasha a while back. I think it was like last year, maybe even. And so, y'all, I've been scared to ask her to do a review for me since like January. Like the first part of January. And I mean scared. I mean, like, I would go to open my inbox, the little chat thing for Facebook, to ask her, and I'd be like, no. And I had all these completely irrational reasons that she might not do it for me. Even people that I have known longer than her being scared to ask, will you do a review for me? And these are people that I already knew had said that they were pleased with, the reading that they had. Not necessarily what I had to say, but it was accurate, because with readings, it don't mean that I'm going to tell you stuff you want to hear, but it's going to be stuff that you need to hear. So I told her, and I was fully, I exposed myself all the way. I said, I've been scared to ask you this for a long time. I did the whole backpedaling thing of, because if you don't want to do it, it's okay, but I just wanted to ask, blah, blah. And she was like, girl, I'm going to get you. You should have just asked a long time ago, blah, blah, this whole thing. And I even pulled some cards for her the other day, and I knew she wasn't going to have a problem with it. I did a review for her awesome candles. If y'all have not bought a candle, get one. At least get one to bless yourself. But even after she told me yes, that she would do it. Even after she told me that she would do it for me, y'all, I was still scared. Like, even after I had a yes, I was still scared. And then this was what I was looking at too, was even y'all, I don't know if y'all know this. I have an entire, I have curriculum on top of curriculum, workshop on top of workshop. Yeah, like on my computer, workshops for days, already written out, curriculum fully done. I have a whole bunch of them running around in my head. I'm constantly working on my website, but I rarely ever share it. I rarely ever share my page to my page. I rarely ever share my website. Y'all see me do the church announcements, but what I've noticed is even with me doing the church announcements for my own stuff, I still push other people's stuff more. And y'all, it's not that I don't feel like I know what I'm doing, because I don't go into things that I don't feel competent in. But it's just this fear of not getting what I need. What do I need? I need support. I need financial support. I need paying clients to really, my heart, I want to help. That's what I want to do. I want to do readings so I can help people clarify their path. I want to do guidance so I can, give away all this knowledge and have these tears that I've cried over learning the lessons not fall for nothing. That's what I want. But the truth of it is, in order for us to do the work that we want to do, we have to be paid for it. And I've just been really scared of really putting myself out there. I believe in other people more than I believe in myself a lot of times. And I'm sure somebody on here has said, oh, I'm scared to put so-and-so out. And I'm like, girl, you better go put that out. You better go, go ahead and put your Etsy. And I can tell you every resource. And that's one of the reasons I backed out of business coaching, was because I can get you started. I will get, I can get you started. I will help you find out your issues, your problems, your hang-ups. And I have seen other people's businesses, the people that really work with me over time, I've seen their businesses thrive and soar. And then mine is sitting there with dust on it. And part of the problem is because I'm helping people on the side. Yeah. And I'm helping people on the side and in my inbox and, things like that. Well, thank you. On the side and things like that, and giving them little, hey, passion. But doing little things like that, not even acknowledging the fact that, okay, I'm helping you with your business, help me with mine. I got to eat too. Yeah. Being able to, that I got to eat too. If I'm helping you eat, help me eat too. And so when I got the reading with EI and it said that I needed to ask for people that I've worked with, this is not even going out here saying, oh, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to go out here and do this reading for you and tell you and say, oh, well, I need you to do a review after this. No, these are people that I have already worked with. You'll be surprised if you knew the people on Facebook whose businesses you frequent that I have helped start those businesses or helped to problem solve with those business, troubleshoot the businesses, get them set up websites for them, stuff like that. And a lot of people don't even know what my freaking logo looks like, which is awesome, by the way. And it's just and I love teaching, y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I love teaching is so I love teaching. Probably because I love learning so much, but I absolutely love teaching. But people don't really know that. You know what? I'm going to tell you something about mastery. And this is me having to learn this. Hey, y'all. Do you? Oh, my gosh. That makes me even more nervous. Well, I made some changes today to my Oracle page. But it's just I don't know. But anyway, so I wanted to share this, thank you. I wanted to share this, thank you, I'm so excited. But I just wanted to share that, it's little things in our lives that we don't think that people, oh, that was you? Well, I put it on there. It's little things in our lives that can make us feel unsupported. Or not make us feel unsupported. Present us with the choice of whether or not we want to play into the feeling unsupported or not being unsupported. So my mom, for the most part, supported me. But I like coaching. I only coach on stuff that I know that I've been through. So, I don't touch anything else. I only do what I done cried and worked through. Which is why I don't do energy work. I do not do energy work. Because I don't feel like I've done enough of it myself, on myself, or received it. So I do not do that. Oh, thank you. And one of my things where I don't feel supported from my childhood is actually with my dad. So it has gone over into how I interact with my husband. Because with women, it was kind of easy once I figured out that I was the problem with why I didn't have good sister circles, that it was me, it wasn't other women. Like, it wasn't like, y'all did this and y'all did that. And that's why in class, I'm always like, police yourself. How has your chakra being imbalanced affected you? Not this sister over here where her heart chakra is clearly blocked, because I've healed mine. That's why I don't do it from that place. I do it from, this is some stuff that, I worked through or whatever. Like when we did the third eye, the first eye chakra, that I told y'all, I'm going to tell you my business tonight because it's one that I'm struggling with. So anyway, but with my dad, because my dad wasn't my protector, he wasn't, we just didn't have a good relationship. Our relationship has gotten much better now, but we didn't have a really good relationship. Child, most women do. And so it went over into my relationships with guys and, now with my husband, because one, I don't feel like I'm worthy of support. I don't feel like I'm worthy of support a lot of times, or I don't want to ask for support from him. Because my dad, when I would ask him for something to help me with something or do something, he would want me to dance this jig to get it. So he would be, I'd be like, well, Dad, we'll just say borrow the truck, even though he's gotten a lot better now. I say, well, can I borrow the truck? Well, I don't know. Let me think. My dad's always had multiple vehicles. And so it got to the point where I wouldn't ask him for anything because I ain't really one to beg. I don't really do a whole lot of song and dance. Because my thought is, if you're going to help me, you already know if you're going to help me or not. So I shouldn't have to beg you. Yeah. So, my husband, I would take that same thing. So I wouldn't even ask him for stuff if I needed help. I wouldn't tell him when I was in a really dark place and I needed emotional support. I wouldn't ask him for anything. And then by the time the feelings and stuff and the needs had festered and rotted and got all funky stank, down in my soul, which had turned dark, whatever. Then I'm exploding and crying. I'm exploding on him and crying and doing all this stuff. And he's like, but you didn't even tell me. Like, you didn't even tell me what was wrong. You didn't tell me what was going on. And so it's just showing me how there are parts of me, in my root chakra that I thought was, a little bit on point, that need help, because I do need to be able to ask for help. I do need to know that I'm supported. Yeah, I do need to know, even, because it was this one part, a mantra that came out of something they said in a book that said, I have the power to provide everything I need for myself. And so, I do. Because like I said, y'all, I have enough classes and curriculum to start a school, literally. And I homeschool, so I'm pretty good at coming up with the outlines and all that stuff. Y'all, I have entire folders on my computer, and then y'all seen my handy dandy notebook. It's full of stuff. It's absolutely full to the brim. Why have y'all not seen it? Why have y'all not seen me post, hey, this particular class is one I offer? Unless you've been to, I know, you know what? And I'm going to be honest with you. At this point, it ain't even about manifesting. It's about me actually freaking posting a link. That's literally all it would take. Is me creating a flyer on my phone, or asking Omi, who does bomb ass flyers, asking her to do it. have I been doubting myself? Okay, this is what I doubt, or what I did doubt. We're going to speak in past tense. What I was doubting is not, I get encouragement from my sisters. That's the stupid part. And so is this the part that I was doubting was not even my level of knowledge. Because like I said, I will not teach a class that I have not kind of taken myself through. I have not. Oh, I forgot about that one. I know. I have not doubted my. I love you too. I have not doubted my level of knowledge because I won't even teach something that I don't that I don't know about. But yeah, it's the success. It's the what if they don't like it? Like what if I was petrified to do the sisterhood with the chakras. I was petrified to do the moon phases. Because I was like, what if they don't like it? What if nobody shows up? What if nobody, clicks, the little watch button? Like, what if that happens? And then, so I was like, well, if I just do it, then okay, fine. But then the next step is, so what if I do an in-depth version of these for however much money? What if nobody takes the class? So what I would do is I would half-ass advertise, and then that would validate my fear of nobody supporting. But it was because nobody knew. Like, people got a million things going through their timeline in a day. So I'm going to post it one time in a freaking month and then be like, see, nobody even supported me. Nobody wanted to take the class. And it's ridiculous. Yeah, go hard or go home. Go hard in the paint, And so I just wanted to, because of course I'm going to be back tonight. I'm doing, just since y'all are here, I'm doing exactly self-fulfilling prophecy. And that's what I was doing. I know, but I didn't do the stuff that counts. Because, I ain't trying to be funny, but I can't eat off Periscope free. And let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with doing hair. Hair has fed me for 26 years, I think. Something like that. It has fed me. It has fed me well. But that's not what I want to do. My passion has been working with the people. The hair was just a way for me to get it done. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm going to do it. I just need to take them from my computer to making the flyers about them so y'all actually know what I offer. And I know a little bit more about marketing now. And now I have y'all for support. But it's just, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I did think about that, but I like the interaction. Like right now I like this interaction. So I want to do classes, like where I can talk to y'all, where I can see y'all, where we can, where I can see y'all's face. And, I like seeing, that's why I like Blab so much. I like seeing y'all's faces. So yeah, I just wanted to, I didn't think about it. Y'all smart. I'm going to have to go back and watch this to see all these ideas too. Thank you. But I just wanted to share this with y'all because I thought, well, if it's something that I'm struggling with, y'all might be too, and I don't want to have y'all struggling out here for nothing. So I just thought it was interesting, with the root chakra. So my mantra is going to be, and my meditation is going to be, I have the power to provide everything I need for myself. Because the root chakra is about the self. The root chakra is not about other people. The root chakra is developing when we're figuring out that we are us, that we are the self. So, I know I have, and that's the stupid part. I have done them before. Thank you. I'm gonna do my flyers. Y'all gonna start seeing them. But it's like knowing that I can provide this stuff for myself because I have the tools. I already have the classes. I have the curriculum. And they're in great detail. They're done. They're sitting on my computer, done. So, even to the point of I even have the introduction, the step by step what we're doing every week. No, because I'll run from accountability partners. I will. I won't answer the phone. I get so rude when people try to help me. It's like, but hey, listen, if you want to call me out on my page, I can't escape that. I just go ahead and set you up for success. If you put it on, if you call me out on my Facebook page, it won't be nothing I can do about it. I can't even run from you on my Facebook page. So yeah, but yeah, but I'm gonna do it this year. It's no bitch assness this year, like for real. But I just want to put it out there because I know that y'all always support me. Like y'all always, y'all always support me. Y'all are always there. At retarded hours of the morning at like, what was it, 4:30, 5 o'clock, I was scoping one time. I'm gonna do a master class for that, and I'm gonna do a master class. I'm gonna do a 101, Oracle reading 101 for the Soul's Kitchen master classes. And then what I also, just so y'all get a heads up, I also talked to Bayaka about after there's I'll do 101 courses in Soul's Kitchen, and then through that same vehicle, I'll do an in-depth version for people who want to in a classroom interactive setting. Because I like to see y'all's faces, and it's some stuff, I know for me it gets frustrating to be typing on Periscope sometimes, because sometimes you can only type so much. Excuse me. And I know that y'all have thoughts and things that you have that you can't really say because it's limited to a certain amount of characters. Oh, awesome. So yeah, I'd rather have it where I can see y'all, talk to you, kind of feel you and all that stuff. I'm so glad. Y'all, and I'm going to tell you, I love teaching, so it's a pleasure. It is an absolute pleasure, because even if I'm tired, I'll get up, because I've been real tired on some of them. I've had headaches on some of them, but I will get up to teach, and that's how I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you know that's what you're supposed to be doing, when you're willing to do it for free, when you're willing to do it when you don't feel your best, when you're willing to do it anyway. That's what your passion is. That's what your desire is. And it's like teaching women. I mean, I love y'all. Like, because I know how important y'all are. Because if I can help you all, then y'all will pass it. Women will teach. So if I can teach it to you, I know you'll take the show on the road. I know that you'll heal yourself. And I know that you'll go heal other people or teach other people how to heal themselves. I know that you'll teach your children. And I really, really, honest to God, in my heart of hearts, feel like this is how we're going to heal ourselves. This is how we're going to heal the nation. Like, I really honestly believe that that's what we're here for. And I know that y'all will take this stuff. I'm not. Y'all already see I'm teetering. But I really believe that y'all will take the stuff that I say and like go do something with it. Like, y'all won't sit there and be deep. Like, y'all, I can't even see what y'all saying. I'm sorry. Y'all won't try to be right. Get back in my eye. Y'all won't try to be like all deep and like be somebody's guru. I need y'all to be somebody's sister, and I need for y'all to start these circles where you are, and and heal each other and love on each other and stuff, so that we can change this stuff. Like, so we can really make the changes that need to be made, because y'all, it's getting really ugly out here. Like, it's like literally our children are dying. We not thank you. We're not requiring enough from our men. We're not loving and healing our sisters enough. So oh gosh, really? I'm gonna have to find you some people in Alabama somewhere, because I'm a believer that because I know they say when you're ready for the teacher will come. But I really believe, too, that when you're ready for your cipher will come. In the meanwhile, though, I am looking at workable ways to have real connected online ciphers. Part of the thing has been finding a platform that's big enough to be able to facilitate real conversations with each other where we can see each other, because that's been part of my hang up too. I was resistant to doing online because I feel people better than I can just kind of see them. I like to feel people. Like, I'm used to, because I've been doing hair for so long, I'm used to actually touching people. I'm a hugger. I like interacting with people. Detroit, okay, I'm sure I know somebody in Detroit. I'm pretty sure I know somebody in Detroit. All these Facebook people. Y'all put on my the Skype limits it to like 10, but 10 is a good number. 10 is actually a good number. So that might work, because we could do multiple ones. Because really, y'all know how apostles are supposed to like plant churches and then they kind of get them on their feet and they, I know Google Hangout does. How apostles like plant churches, they get them on their feet and then they go about their business, and then you can call on that apostle if you ever have a big problem. That's kind of what I want to, be able to do. Like, I don't want to have to be the one that's like, I don't feel like I don't have the need to be in charge. Like, I don't want to be, y'all come to me for everything. Like, I want to make sure that everybody's equipped. The main thing is to know how to handle problems, because we know how to be in a cipher as long as everything is, all honey sweet. But when somebody throws some cayenne in there, when somebody throws some real life in there, that's when you see the circles break. And I'm like, y'all, we knew when we would come together for healing that people had issues. That's why we come together for healing, and people just throw the towel in and, get nasty and all this stuff. And so I want to be able to bring the tools. I'm pretty sure I do have some people that I know in the Caribbean too. Y'all put this on my Facebook so I can do a shout out to these people to figure out who in the area that's closer than I am. But I just want to be able to, I'll help. Ifashayo Egunjobi, IFASAYO, and then it's why women do as they please in the middle, and EGUNJOBI. Hold on, let me write it on here and I'll flash it. Let me see. But anyway, yeah, because I just want us to be able to be functional. And see, the thing is, I can only do so much. But, thank you. She's so fast. But if y'all, people had the tools, then the ripple effect would be better. The ripple effect would be much stronger, instead of kind of how people feel like, I want to crowd all these people around me because I want to be the one who did it. Like, I don't need a cookie for that. I don't need recognition for that. I want people to be able to, like, if I go down in history for anything, I want to go down in history as helping my sisters heal each other and have that ripple out. But not for me having the most sisters in a sister circle. You can only be intimate, I think, with tops, 21 people? And I feel like that's a lot. I got a magic number of 10. I like having groups of 10. Like, even when I teach classes, I usually have a group of 10. Because I feel like that's intimate enough, it's safe enough, and I can look around and see, I can look around and see that somebody's hurt, or I can feel it's not so much energy. Is it? See, I'm getting back on the numbers thing now. But I can kind of feel the energy better. I can't feel it that well when it's a whole lot of people. Like, I don't know who it's coming from. But when it's only like 10 of us, and people feel more comfortable. And people can't disappear in 10. Like, in a group of 10. Nobody gets ignored in a group of 10. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's the other thing. Seeing 10 and groups of 10 too, I can know who likes to, because it's simple things for me. Who likes to be touched? Who doesn't like to be touched? Like I had an intuitive play group here at my house, well, at my honeycomb hideout. This is where y'all are right now. They call this the honeycomb hideout. But I had an intuitive play group, and I don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that at all. And I had people in the group that didn't like to be touched, and it was okay. But because it was such a small group, she was able to say it once. We all understood that, and it was okay. You know, so it's like, and the thing is that that's important to know too as we go through these things, that everybody has their thing. Her particular thing is touching her too much was just too much for her. What I was able to share with her, and we explored together, was that she was an empath, and she was a very sensitive empath. And so what she thought was just like this feeling when somebody touched her, it wasn't that. It's that people were kind of almost using her as a trash can, as an energetic trash can. So every time somebody would touch her, they would leave a print on her. Because I was asking her, you know, why do your hair all the time? You never say anything. She was like, well, you feel good to me. And I was like, okay, so it's not everybody. You know, because like I said, I'm touching on her for, you know, like an hour or two, depending on what we're doing to her hair. And she'll go to sleep. Most of the time we end up cackling till we crying, or she'll come over here upset and be crying, and we end up laughing or whatever. So I'm like, it's not just the touching. But anyway, in a small group like that, you can figure that out. In a small group like that, you can share those intimate things, and you end up with a sisterhood. You know each other's children. You know each other's mates and things like that. See, I don't think I'm super empathic. I think that maybe I've just learned how to deal with it because I've been touching people so long. Because I will do some people's hair and get sleepy because they are, or I'll get irritated because they are, or whatever. So I guess that is empathic, but I'm just not super sensitive. All of my jobs have been touching jobs. Even when I was a CNA, there's a lot of touching. I did cry a lot when I was a CNA, a lot. You just pulling all kind of stuff out the bag, ma'am. That's going to be interesting to see how you work with that, being a counselor. That's going to be powerfully awesome. But it's just that, yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I got to go get my stuff together for these classes. Well, the moon one is just a wrap up. See, okay, what I need you to do, well, don't get it. What I need you to do is tell me on my page where you can actually type something out, or send me some good links or something, because I do not understand Organite. Like, I look at it, and honestly, it looks like an arts and crafts project, and I really just don't get it. So if you know about Organite, y'all, please share it on my page, because I've been looking at it, but I'm like, this looks like arts and crafts. Like, I don't see what I'm supposed to be doing with it. Ooh. Yeah, you have to, but you know what? Even with you not being an empath, or you saying that you're not an empath, please be very careful still about cleaning yourself off. Like, keep a little thing of Florida water or sage tea, or, like make a sage tea and keep it in a little spray bottle still to keep yourself cleaned off. And I'm hearing that the more, it's going to be people that are going to come to you eventually, even in that office, in your work environment, that somebody's going to ask you for that. Somebody's going to ask you to clean them out, because somebody in there is an empath, and they're suffering and struggling. So be open to that when it happens, because it's going to come. Yeah. So I got to go get ready for class. Yeah. Yeah, they do attach. They really, really, really do. Because I had they weren't my clients because I got rid of them quick. But it felt like they had painted my walls in tar. Me and my husband stepped in the door and got in an argument over nothing. Yeah, we got in an argument over nothing. and I like basically sage bombed. I know that's right. I basically sage bombed the house, and we all left because it was so nasty. Like the energy that they left in the house, it was awful. And then, and you know what? With the salt, they have this awesome black salt that's really good for negativity. I don't know if you've seen it. But yeah, they kind of left that energy here, and then like a couple of weeks after that, she actually burned their house down to the ground. The lady did. Okay. Yeah, she actually burned their house to the ground. And that's the kind of energy that was in my house. So, yeah. And see, I think that I've learned how to separate the two over the years. I used to feel it like it was mine. But now I've kind of gotten to know myself a little bit better. So I just am kind of like, that ain't me. Now, sometimes if it's people close to me, it'll mess me up. Yeah. Sometimes if it's people close to me, I can't tell whose it is. Like, I can't tell if it's mine or theirs. But for the most part, now I can tell whose is who, where that energy came from, where it belonged. And sometimes I send it back. Especially if it's somebody I feel like gave it to me, dumped on me on purpose, I send it right back. Because I'm petty. I'm going to get that shit back to you. Because I ain't asking for it. And I ain't give you no permission to give it to me. So, I'm going to give it back to you. Return it from whence it came. Yeah. And, yeah, I'm going to tell you, in mental health clients, because I can't remember if I told you this before, but when I was a CNA, which I love doing that work, I'm one of the few people that like being a CNA, I guess. But we did have a lot of mental health patients. And then I also worked on the dementia floor, which I don't know if you were in this, whichever scope this was, but a lot of dementia, mental health issues, are spiritual, I feel, and they tend to draw to me. So I don't know what that says about me, but I tend to draw people that have mental health issues and things like that. And not like the kind of regular run of the mill ones, but like when I was in Atlanta last, and I'm calling EI out on this, she left me like standing with some lady that was, and that's the thing, people do just want to talk. A lot of times they lonely, even when they are lucid, they're just lonely. But she left me over there talking to this lady, that was telling me, all about this shooting that had happened and all this stuff. But she was talking to herself before we went over there. And I'm like, I'm not even at home. I think I do. I make a lot of people comfortable. And I think it's that hairdresser background. Because people talk to their hairdressers, honey. They tell you all their stuff. Especially because at this point, I only do one head at a time. I only have one client present at a time. So, honey, maybe that's what it is. Cause people tell me all that stuff. People done cried with me in the grocery store and all kinds of stuff. So maybe that's just me. Cause I will say that one thing that came from my reading too was that I do always have to cloak myself with light before I interact with people. Yeah, before I interact with people, even people who mean me good, because I don't know, maybe I'm just a magnet for it. And because they feel comfortable, they just kind of, dumping on me. But even with people that love me and that I trust and stuff, that I still have to protect myself. So, that was really interesting because that wasn't something I ever considered, because I do still kind of have this, I do kind of still have this thing, wow. I do have this thing where I still struggle with thinking that people will do something to me or that people will not wish me good. Like, why would you not want to? Because I want to help you. I'm like the queen of loving everybody. Even people that I don't like too tough, I still feel like, but I can help them when they're ready, So, I don't know. But, so that's been a struggle for me too, because I'm pretty much like everybody for the most part. Now I will call you out and stuff like that. I will call you out, but it's always in love. It's not ever a thing of me wanting you to feel bad. Like, I don't want, I love y'all too. I don't want you to ever, I don't ever want you to feel bad. I just want you to get better. And sometimes getting better does mean, me being mama and getting in your ass. That's what mamas do. But then we hug you after. I give awesome hugs and stuff. Even though I'm short, so sometimes tall people have a harder time hugging me. But I'm totally okay with standing on a step stool. I've done it before. I've stood on a step stool and hugged somebody because I'm short. I'm going to tell you, I use rose water after something like Florida water. I use rose water when I just need an extra boost of sweetness. When I feel like my sweetness has kind of been depleted, that's when I like rose water. Because for some reason it reminds me that I'm loved and that I am loved, and it kind of takes me to that place. So yeah, it reminds me of that. So that's when I use rose water. That sounds like they locking up your throat, your communication. And rose water is awesome on the skin too. Yeah, it's awesome on the skin. Is it somebody you can put out your home? Haitian Phoenix, wait, honey, I've been following you on IG forever. Is it somebody you can put out of your house? Honey, I know what that's like. So, your elderly father, you know what? Sometimes, I'm going to tell you what I do with elderly people so that they don't feel disrespected. Sometimes I do like a line of questioning. With my dad, he's not, I guess you wouldn't consider him elderly, but he's a Vietnam vet, and so he deals with that kind of stuff. And what I did was I found that asking him questions instead of making statements and making him do the exploration himself is what kind of knocked him off his I'm gonna be mean to everybody square. And then there's sometimes you just cannot deal with it, and so sometimes we have to make decisions for ourselves. Because I had to look at my dad and be like, you making decisions for yourself that are affecting me, so let me remove myself. Now, the other thing is he flips it on you. Oh, he's smarty pants, huh? I'm gonna tell you what I used to do with my residents. I would just make it a game. I made it a game in my own head. I didn't let them know that it was a game, but I made it a game in my own head, and I literally changed my perception of what they were saying to me, because I had very combative residents at times, and I wasn't gonna let them wipe the smile off my face. And so I literally had to turn it into a challenge in my head. Now, I'm going to tell you, I do have a lot of Gemini in my chart, so I love solving problems. Now, I also like arguments. Well, I won't call them arguments, debates. I do. But I would just change it into a challenge, because you're not going to wipe this smile off my face. And it just meant that I had to figure out what I needed. So I'm going to give you what you need, because I need to take care of you. Because you're in a place where apparently you have to take care of him and you have to assist him. But I don't have to let you wipe this smile off my face. And a lot of times I would be, he on dangerous ground. Right. He on dangerous ground. He can keep playing if he want to. But just, you have to make it into, so release the need to have a power struggle. Understand that he's coming to this with his own old ass issues that don't have nothing to do with you. His own lack of control. He's lost control. That is very scary for people. He's in a place where he needs you, and is and you don't need him as much or in the same way. Another way is to make him know that he's important. So ask him about his childhood. Ask him about those kind of things, because especially with men, a lot of times I found that they need to feel important. They need to be reminded that they're important, because we have raised these men that are a lot of times very childlike still in their level of maturity, in their level of emotional maturity. So sometimes, you know how you would take a kid and you'd be like, oh my gosh, look at you, you did such a good job. You have to do the adult version of that. You know, well, what when you were younger, what did y'all used to, when you would tell me the story about so and so. Well, when you were a kid, da da da. It's a game. It's literally a game. Because I'm not an advocate of nursing homes, even though I worked in one and I was really good at what I did and I love my residents. I'm not an advocate of them. And I know that, you know, sometimes we have those thoughts because you're like, you keep messing with me, you know, and you may want to also find him stuff to do. Oh, I know it is. I can only imagine, because that's how most people end up in nursing homes, because they're stressing out their caregivers. And also find him other stuff to do. Like if he can go out of the house, find him something else to do. Find him, you know, where he can hang out with some friends, with some peers and stuff like that. Find him some activities to wear all that so he can throw all that energy into something else. What does he like to do? And make sure he has a ton of it. And if he crabby and grouchy and he like, I don't like to do nothing, take him somewhere where he can hang out with people that's his own age. Take him. Because you going to end up, I'm telling you, you're going to end up flipping on his ass. Take him and just tell him, listen, I need a break. So I'm going to take you over here so you can hang out with your folks. You know, and let him have an activity, because he get on your nerves, because he a lot of times they don't feel important anymore. They feel invisible. Their friends are dying off. Their siblings are dying off, you know, and their mortality is right there in their face. That's hard. It's really hard. And if he has not done healing work in his younger years, he's not going to be, you know, he doesn't really have the tools to know how to deal with himself in his older years. And so you're having to deal with it. I say still be nice to yourself. Find some activities for elders in the area. It might be bingo or something like that, whatever. But this is about your mental health too. So finding a balance between those two. It's not mean because you're not doing it from a mean place, but you're going to be mean after a while if you keep, you know, dealing with that level of stress. And he's going to see that you're happier, and he's going to be happier because he's going to have a nice, chipper caregiver to help him while he being crabby. I know, but I'm telling you the truth, because I've had little people jump on me. I've had, you know, I done got beat up between two little old ladies who was fighting over a dude, and the nurse sitting up there laughing at me, think it was funny. And I do not like being hit. I do not do well with being hit, because I'm a big advocate of, if you hit me, if you grown up to hit, you grown up to get hit back. And she was sitting up there laughing at me, and I told her, you better come get them, because I'm having a problem restraining myself, you know. And so you can't hit old people back. And so, you know, after I got both of them settled down, because one was on a walker, one was in a wheelchair, so they were both unstable, you know, physically unstable. And so I had to, you know, once I got both of them safely, like, sitting down and settled where they couldn't fall and get hurt, I had to go take a good long break, because I was like, one, my energy was messed up. It was jacked. So I knew anybody that said anything to me after that was going to get it. And you can't do that with people that already, you know, they got their own issues. Two, I was in a combative place because I'd been hit repeatedly. So I was feeling combative at that point. And three, yeah, and I don't have flight mode. I'm short. I understand. I do not have flight mode. I have fight mode. I can't think of many times I've run from anything, because I got a little mean streak that I'd have had to heal from. Yeah. So you gotta, that's what I'm saying. You gotta take time for yourself. And I'm telling you this, you know, from somebody who learned how to cope with it, because I'm a CNA who has thought a couple of times about doing something to somebody, but I promise to God I've never done it, only because I had to learn self-care. I had to learn to go in a room and close myself off and give myself a minute. I had to learn that if Miss So-and-so's bath was delayed by 15 minutes because I took a moment to myself, that the world was not going to come crashing down around my head. I had to learn that when I get sick and tired of getting yelled at and screamed at and having shit thrown at me, that, if I took a minute to myself, that nothing was going to happen. If anything, it was going to be better. Because I'm talking about you dealing with being called a nigga every day of the week, getting scratched and pinched and kicked and bit by people that got dentures. Do you know how demeaning that is? You don't even have your real teeth and you just bit me with dentures. And yeah, self-love, self-acceptance, self-care, self-preservation, everything starts with the self. You cannot give from a healthy place, from an empty glass. I always tell people, don't give people your backwash, because that's what you're giving them when you haven't been caring for yourself. You have to. Yeah, you gotta, but to both of y'all, yeah, you have to. Because you will either kill yourself, literally, emotionally, howeverly, or you will kill somebody else. Seriously. Trust me. Because I've gotten pretty close a couple of times. So, yeah. Take care of yourself. It is, because they don't, because from children, from little girls, they teach us to take care of everybody else. The first toy that most of us had was a doll baby that we took care of. Most of the toys that we had were toys that were about nurturing or, something like that. We didn't have, we didn't even get the option of being selfish, meaning self-centered. So when we went through, again, what I'm supposed to be talking about, when we went through the root chakra, when we went through that root chakra phase, and this is funny because I never thought about this till just now. When we were supposed to be going through the root chakra phase, they were trying to take us up to the heart chakra phase. You know what I'm saying? They try to get us to skip everything else and go straight to that heart chakra. And passion, going back to what you said a while ago, that's why most of our heart chakras are so messed up. I almost chewed my tongue off not saying that. That's why they so messed up. Because you can't skip chakras going up to work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we done skip the self. We didn't get to really embrace our selfish phase. We didn't get to really experience that fullness of our creativity, and then go up to what motivates us. Because think about it, even when we got to our solar plexus, the thing that drives us, the thing that moves us, the things that tell us, go get it. Most of the stuff that was supposed to be driving us, we were supposed to be centered on our children and our husbands and, and our families and, maybe some of us church life and, what would Jesus do and, all this self-sacrifice and bullshit. So we done skipped over 3. And, but I'm going to tell you, sometimes you got to, and I ain't going to say sometimes, most of the time for us, selfishness balances out what we've been taught. Saying, no, don't talk to me right now, because I'm talking to my damn self. That's why you can't talk to me. Honey, and won't she do it? Won't she do it? Won't she do it? Won't she will? So, yeah, so they want us to skip 3 chakras, to go up to the, And I'm going to tell you why you can't leave yourself behind. Because everybody else will leave your ass behind. Because you teaching them how to treat you. You teaching them how to love you. Because because basically you just looked at yourself in the mirror and say, Passion, fuck you. So everybody else looked at you and said, Passion, fuck you. And then you be mad because they said it. But you can't get mad because you said it to yourself first. And that's where the self-work comes in. Yeah. That's where the self-work comes in. Yeah. Because and the self-work can be the most difficult because, yeah, I know that's right, especially your children, because, honey, you do have to teach them about self-love. And I'm going to tell you, teaching your children about self-love, there are some places, and I will tell you now, there are some places where teaching them that is going to feel like you have screwed yourself, because children get self-love quick. It is a very fast lesson for them. But just remember, regardless of what it looks like with them as children, look at what it's going to look like when they're adults, okay? Because some of the things that we have to teach our children, it is so aggravating when they're children. And you be like, oh my God, why did I teach you this? But think about when they go out into the world, it's going to look awesome. It's going to look awesome on them. Like I tell, my kids are free to express their feelings. They're free to express their opinions and all that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I spend a lot of time. Yeah, I got a 12 and a 16-year-old. How do you teach your son? What? I missed that. How you teach your sons as a woman? I think that's what you said. But a lot of times we have to kind of just give them space to express. And sometimes when they fully express it, it gets on my nerves. I ain't even gonna lie. I be like, can you please just shut the hell up for just a second? Or it feels very disrespectful. But I think about what we, especially as black folk, have been taught is disrespectful. It's really expression. And we don't want our kids to fully express most of the time because kids are brutally honest. And we don't want to see our own shit in our face. But I'm going to tell you something. Your children are your best mirror. They are your best mirror. And they will be more honest with you than anybody else. The most beautiful thing is, the most beautiful thing is, I'm sorry to hear that. The most beautiful thing that my daughter ever told me was, she actually wrote me a letter, but she's told me more than once that she's so proud of me and she's so happy to have seen me grow. And y'all, that meant the world to me. She, because periodically she'll still say, looking at who you were when I was little, I never would have thought that you would be the woman that you are now. Because I have given here we go again. Whew. I have given her the freedoms that I did not have. I've given her the freedom to choose what her God looks like, or if she has one. I've given her the freedom to discuss openly sexuality and things like that with me. There's nothing that they can't tell me. Now, I have had to say, give me a minute, and I explained to them, you've had time to process this. I have not. So give me a minute to process this, and then I'll come back and talk to you. Because what we don't want to do is break them. And I'm sure y'all heard me tell the story about my daddy wanting to break me. Right. How be wild women do as they please and then jack her wild woman is up. Even though it's scary as hell sometimes sitting on a 16-year-old, but still. So Passion, to your question, I wouldn't even look at it as a point of saying, as a woman with sons, honor who they are as people. Start with that. They'll find mentors for themselves as far as the man stuff, but just honor who they are as people. Teach them to honor their emotions. You may have to uproot things that people have told them about crying and stuff like that. You might have to uproot things that people have told them about crying or weaknesses or acting like a little bitch, because we'll say things like that to our boys in our community. You might have to uproot that stuff. Encourage them to have conversations while y'all are doing things, because boys tend to talk while they're doing. So, I know. Boys tend to talk while they do. So while they're doing things, especially with their hands, make sure they have plenty of stuff to do with their hands. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Have almost like a line of questions in your head, not invasive stuff, just what do you think about this? Little stuff that y'all seen during the day. What do you think about that? Well, especially feelings. So how do you think that made her feel when that happened? How do you think that made him feel? How would you feel if it was you? Like, just make it real light. Like, don't be like, how would you feel? What do you think about that? You know, and make it with no judgment. When you having a conversation, there's no wrong answers. You asking them how they feel about it. But just treat them like people. I have probably the most opinionated son on the face of the earth. Yeah. And it's awesome. Yeah, but it's like, really? And he's very opinionated. He's not super vocal, and there's still some things that we're working on. But yeah, he has opinions, and they're very strong, and it's okay with me. I want him to be able to speak. And the other thing is, mamas of sons, as much as sometimes it's tempting for us to teach our sons to, well, what we call in the South, kowtow. What's the word for it? What's the English word for it? Because we say kowtow, but bow down. Thank you. Somebody's Southern. I knew. Thank you. I knew somebody was gonna know. But yeah, as much as we teach them to concede or to be weaker, and I ain't talking about feminine, because feminine is not weak. I'm saying the more we tell them to, not express because of fears we have dealing with the police and things like that, what I have had to tell my heart is, if something were to, God forbid, Goddess forbid, Ogun forbid, if something were to happen to my child, I want him to go out, shrink themselves, yes. I want him to go out in his full fucking flame of glory. I want him to go out being fully himself, fully expressed. Because the fact of the matter is that I cannot control that, right? I want him to be able to live fully with his decisions. I want him to be able to live fully with who he is. Now, this is a conversation I have to have with myself often as he is my height now, as he is, getting older. He's getting closer to the age of driving and, being out without me, without his dad, things like that. But we have to let go of the fear. Yeah, we got to let go of the fear. We have to allow them space to be men. Because our fear will, exactly. Our fear will make them small. And we have enough small grown men that exist. We have enough small grown men that are imbalanced in their emotions. My ex-husband would only express like 2 emotions, if you want to call them that. One was anger, and the other one was neutral. I've never seen him belly laugh. This is my ex-husband. I've never seen him belly laugh. I've never seen him really laugh past a, kind of thing. Yeah. And I was just like, and when I would laugh, he would tell me how stupid I was. I was just so stupid for laughing at anything, really. And so my husband expresses a full range of emotions, and it is so refreshing. Now, I'll be honest with you. It was difficult sometimes because we're not used to that. We're used to that, right. We're used to, and I was miserable too for having to deal with it. My husband now expresses a full range of emotion, and in the beginning, I had some issues because I was used to that hyper masculine behavior. And so, I kind of had to deal with that because I was like, this is weird. He wanted to know what I thought about stuff, and he wanted to ask questions about me, and he thought stuff was funny, and if it was sad, he would cry, and, it was really weird. But now I've learned to heal myself and not seek out that hyper masculine, while at the same time saying, he doesn't listen to me, he never supports me, he's not interested in me, blah, 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 blah. Because a lot of us, we get guys that are attracted to us physically. So that wasn't the problem. But I had never had anybody ask me questions about myself. Or I had never had anybody, be interested in me, like, as a person. My personality and things like that. They was just like, she pretty. whatever. And I'm like, okay, but because that wasn't really ever something that I had self-esteem in that area. I didn't have self-esteem in the emotional. I didn't have self-esteem in the internal parts of me. So I would dress it up. I put on my makeup. My hair was always laid, baby. So I knew I was confident in that area. But you talking about morphing, honey, I was literally every woman. So depending on what boyfriend I had, that was the kind of girlfriend I was. Whatever would complement that crap. Y'all, it's getting dark outside. I'm supposed to be getting my stuff together for my class. So I was a queen of morphing. I really was. So, okay, y'all, for real, I gotta go because I'm supposed to be doing my class and my wrap up. But I appreciate y'all because y'all really did help me explore this further. Like, for real, for real. I appreciate y'all being so supportive because I swear y'all gave me like a little safe space and stuff. Y'all got me all in a little Periscope nest. Okay. Not a problem. Thank you very much, y'all. You're welcome. Haitian Phoenix, listen, I've been following you forever, child. I was like, oh, she a celebrity. She on my Periscope. Thank you, y'all. Okay, let me go get ready for class. I see some of y'all in a little bit, and I see some of y'all on the replay or the catch. Love y'all. Double.